Hello and welcome to my video on the mind-bending idea of using black holes as a means of interstellar travel. For years, scientists have been exploring the potential of black holes as a way to traverse the vast distances of space. But is it actually possible? First, let's explore what a black hole is. A black hole is a region in space where the gravitational pull is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. It's formed when a massive star dies and collapses in on itself, creating a singularity, a point of infinite density where the laws of physics as we know them break down. Now, the idea of using black holes as a means of interstellar travel stems from the fact that they are so incredibly powerful. In theory, if we could harness that power, we could use it to propel a spacecraft across the galaxy at incredible speeds. One proposed method of using black holes for interstellar travel is called the slingshot effect. This involves using the intense gravitational pull of a black hole to slingshot a spacecraft around it, and propel it forward at a high velocity. However, there are several challenges to using black holes for interstellar travel. The first is the sheer danger involved. Black holes are some of the most extreme environments in the universe, and getting too close could spell disaster for any spacecraft. Another challenge is the fact that black holes are incredibly difficult to find and navigate. They're invisible to the naked eye, and we can only detect them indirectly through their effects on nearby matter. Despite these challenges, scientists continue to explore the potential of using black holes for interstellar travel. Some have proposed using small black holes that are easier to control, while others have suggested using black holes as a means of generating energy for spacecraft. While the idea of using black holes for interstellar travel may seem like science fiction, it's a concept that's grounded in real physics and could one day become a reality. What would happen if a black hole suddenly disappeared? Black holes are some of the most powerful and mysterious objects in the universe, and the idea of one just vanishing into thin air is a fascinating one. So, what would happen if a black hole suddenly disappeared? Well, it depends on the size and location of the black hole. If it's a small black hole, it would likely just evaporate into space as its mass is converted into energy. However, if it's a supermassive black hole, which can have a mass billions of times greater than the Sun, the effects could be much more dramatic. The sudden disappearance of a supermassive black hole could cause a shockwave that would ripple through the galaxy, disrupting the orbits of nearby stars and planets. It's also possible that the disappearance of a supermassive black hole could trigger the formation of a new black hole, as the sudden loss of the black hole's gravitational pull could cause nearby matter to collapse in on itself. Overall, the disappearance of a black hole is a fascinating and complex topic that's still being explored by scientists today. What would happen if a black hole collided with a neutron star? Well, the answer is both complex and fascinating. First, let's explore what a neutron star is. Neutron stars are incredibly dense objects that are formed when a massive star dies and collapses in on itself, leaving behind a core made up of neutrons. Now, if a black hole were to collide with a neutron star, several things could happen. The first is that the black hole could swallow up the neutron star, merging with it to create an even larger black hole. However, if the neutron star were large enough, it could resist being swallowed up by the black hole, and instead, the two objects could collide, creating a massive explosion. This explosion could release an incredible amount of energy in the form of gravitational waves, which would ripple through space and time. The collision could also create a massive burst of gamma rays, which are the most energetic form of light in the universe. These gamma rays could be detected by telescopes on Earth and could provide valuable insights into the behavior of black holes and neutron stars. Overall, the collision between a black hole and a neutron star is a complex and fascinating event that's still being studied by scientists today. Can animals have a sense of humor? While humor is a uniquely human trait, many of us have observed animals engaging in playful behavior that resembles laughter and enjoyment. So, can animals actually have a sense of humor? While it's difficult to know for sure, Scientists have conducted research on animal behavior and cognition to better understand this question. One line of research focuses on the social behavior of primates, specifically chimpanzees and bonobos. Studies have shown that these primates engage in playful behavior such as tickling, chasing, and mock fighting. They also make facial expressions and vocalizations that resemble laughter. This behavior is often associated with social bonding and stress relief, and some researchers argue that it could be a form of humor. Other studies have focused on the behavior of animals in response to unexpected or incongruous events. For example, rats have been observed to laugh in response to tickling, and dogs have been shown to show surprise and interest in response to unexpected sounds or sights. While this behavior may not necessarily indicate a sense of humor, it does suggest that animals have the ability to experience a range of emotions and respond to their environment in complex ways. Why? Some people experience deja vu, and what might be the cause? Have you ever experienced a moment where you feel like you've been in a certain place or situation before, even though you know you haven't? That's the feeling of deja vu, and it's a phenomenon that has puzzled scientists for many years. Deja vu is a French term that literally means already seen, and it refers to the feeling of familiarity that some people experience in certain situations. While the exact cause of deja vu is still unknown, there are several theories that have been proposed to explain this phenomenon. One theory suggests that deja vu is caused by a delay in the processing of sensory information in the brain. According to this theory, the brain may receive and process information from the environment before it's consciously perceived, which can create a feeling of familiarity when the same information is later consciously perceived. Another theory suggests that deja vu may be caused by a glitch in the memory system of the brain. According to this theory, the brain may mistakenly retrieve a memory from a similar situation in the past, creating the feeling of familiarity in the present. There are also some researchers who believe that deja vu may be related to past life experiences or psychic abilities, but these theories are not widely accepted by the scientific community. Why do some people have photographic memory? You ever met someone who seems to remember everything with incredible detail, almost as if they have a photographic memory? It's a fascinating ability that some people possess, and one that has been studied extensively by scientists. Photographic memory, also known as eidetic memory, refers to the ability to vividly recall images or information with a level of detail that is beyond what is considered normal. While many people claim to have photographic memory, it's a rare ability that only a small percentage of the population possess. So, why do some people have photographic memory? While the exact cause is still not fully understood, researchers have identified several key factors that may contribute to this ability. One factor is the structure of the brain. Studies have shown that people with photographic memory tend to have a larger and more active posterior parietal cortex, which is the part of the brain that processes visual and spatial information. Another factor is the way in which information is encoded and retrieved in the brain. People with photographic memory tend to use more visual and spatial encoding strategies when processing information, which may contribute to their ability to recall visual details with ease. It's important to note that while some people may have a natural predisposition to photographic memory, this ability can also be developed through specific training and techniques. For example, mnemonic devices and memory techniques like the method of Lockheed can help improve memory recall and retention. Overall, the ability to have photographic memory is still a mystery in many ways, but scientists are continuing to study this fascinating phenomenon to better understand how the brain works, and how we can improve our own memory and learning abilities. Why some diseases and conditions affect certain populations more than others. Have you ever wondered why certain diseases and conditions seem to disproportionately affect certain populations or ethnic groups? It's a complex topic that has been extensively researched by scientists and medical professionals. One key factor that contributes to these disparities is genetics. Certain genetic variations and mutations can increase the risk of developing certain diseases or conditions. For example, sickle cell anemia is a genetic disorder that primarily affects people of African descent. Another factor is environmental and lifestyle factors. Different populations may have different environmental exposures or lifestyles that can increase the risk of certain diseases. For example, certain ethnic groups may have a higher prevalence of obesity and diabetes due to dietary and lifestyle factors. Social and economic factors can also contribute to these disparities. Access to healthcare, education, and employment opportunities can all impact health outcomes and increase the risk of certain diseases and conditions. Additionally, historical and systemic factors such as racism and discrimination can also contribute to these disparities. These factors can impact access to healthcare and resources, as well as contribute to chronic stress and trauma, which can negatively impact health outcomes. Overall, the reasons why certain diseases and conditions affect certain populations more than others is a complex and multifaceted topic that requires a holistic approach. By understanding the underlying genetic, environmental, social, and economic factors, we can work towards creating more equitable and accessible healthcare systems that address the unique needs of different populations. What is consciousness and how does the brain produce it? So, what is consciousness? In simple terms, it refers to our subjective experience of the world around us, our thoughts, emotions, and perceptions. But how does the brain produce this complex and elusive phenomenon? Scientists have been studying consciousness for decades, and while we've made some progress, there's still much we don't understand. One leading theory is that consciousness arises from the complex interactions between different regions of the brain. Neuroscientists have identified various brain regions that seem to be involved in different aspects of consciousness, such as the prefrontal cortex, the parietal cortex, and the thalamus. But how these regions work together to give rise to consciousness is still a matter of debate. Another theory suggests that consciousness arises from the coordinated activity of neurons in the brain, with information being integrated across different brain regions to create a unified experience. Some researchers have even suggested that consciousness may emerge from quantum processes in the brain, although this idea is still highly speculative. By studying patients with brain injuries or disorders that affect consciousness, scientists have gained insights into the neural basis of consciousness. For example, damage to the prefrontal cortex can lead to changes in personality and decision-making, while damage to the thalamus can cause coma or other states of altered consciousness. Overall, while there is still much we don't understand about consciousness, ongoing research is shedding new light on this fascinating and elusive phenomenon. What causes the placebo effect and how does it work in the brain? The placebo effect refers to the beneficial effects that can result from a patient's belief that they are receiving an effective treatment, even if the treatment itself is inactive or inert. But what causes the placebo effect, and how does it work in the brain? Research has shown that the placebo effect is not simply a result of positive thinking or wishful thinking. Instead, it appears to involve a complex interplay of psychological, neurological, and physiological processes. One theory suggests that the placebo effect is linked to the release of endorphins, the body's natural painkillers. When a patient believes that they are receiving an effective treatment, their brain may release endorphins, leading to a reduction in pain and other symptoms. Other research has focused on the role of the neurotransmitter dopamine in the placebo effect. Studies have shown that the expectation of a reward, such as a successful treatment outcome, can lead to increased dopamine release in the brain, which may contribute to the placebo effect. Finally, recent research has suggested that the gut microbiome may also play a role in the placebo effect. Studies have shown that certain types of gut bacteria can influence brain function and behavior, and may even affect the way that the body responds to medication. The science of memory and the different types of memory storage in the brain. When we experience something new, our brain forms a memory of that event through a process known as encoding. This involves the conversion of sensory information into a form that can be stored and retrieved later. So, where are these memories stored in the brain? Research has shown that memories are stored in various regions of the brain, including the hippocampus, amygdala, and cortex. Different types of memories may be stored in different areas of the brain, depending on their characteristics. There are several different types of memory storage, including sensory memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory. Sensory memory is the brief retention of sensory information, such as a visual or auditory stimulus. This type of memory storage only lasts for a few seconds before being discarded or transferred to short-term memory. Short-term memory, also known as working memory, is a type of memory storage that holds information for a short period of time, usually several seconds to a minute. This type of memory is involved in tasks such as mental arithmetic, problem solving, and decision making. Long-term memory can be broadly classified into explicit, declarative, and implicit, non-declarative, memory. Explicit memory is the conscious and intentional recollection of information that can be consciously recalled and expressed in words. It can be further divided into two types: episodic memory, which involves the recall of personal experiences, and semantic memory, which involves the recall of facts and general knowledge. Implicit memory refers to the unconscious and unintentional retention of information that cannot be consciously recalled or expressed in words. It can be further divided into two types: procedural memory, which involves the learning and recall of skills and procedures, and non-procedural memory, which includes emotional memory and other forms of non-conscious memory. The mysteries of dark matter and dark energy in the universe. First, let's talk about dark matter. Scientists have long known that there must be more matter in the universe than we can see with our telescopes. In fact, observations of the way galaxies rotate, and the way light bends around massive objects suggest that there is a significant amount of matter in the universe that is invisible to us. This invisible matter is known as dark matter. So far, scientists have not been able to directly detect dark matter, but they have developed several theories about what it might be made of. Some theories suggest that dark matter is made up of exotic particles that interact very weakly with normal matter. Now, let's talk about dark energy. In the late 1990s, astronomers discovered that the expansion of the universe is actually accelerating, rather than slowing down as previously thought. This acceleration suggests the existence of a mysterious force that is pushing the universe apart. This force is known as dark energy. Like dark matter, scientists have not been able to directly detect dark energy, but they have developed several theories about what it might be. One popular theory is that dark energy is a property of space itself, and that as the universe expands, more space is created, leading to an acceleration in the expansion. While dark matter and dark energy remain some of the biggest mysteries in the universe, ongoing research is helping us to better understand the properties and behaviors of these invisible forces. Is time a fundamental property of the universe, or simply a human construct? Time is an elusive concept that has puzzled philosophers and scientists for centuries. Is time a fundamental property of the universe, or is it simply a human construct? Let's dive into the nature of time and explore some of the different theories. One theory is that time is a fundamental property of the universe. According to this view, time is a fundamental aspect of space-time, the four-dimensional framework in which all events occur. This theory is supported by the fact that time appears to pass uniformly across the universe, and it is a necessary component of our understanding of physics. However, another theory suggests that time is a human construct, a way for us to make sense of our experiences and organize them in a meaningful way. This view is supported by the fact that time is subjective and can be experienced differently depending on our circumstances, such as when we're having fun versus when we're bored. Additionally, some physicists believe that time might be an emergent property of the universe, arising from the interactions of other fundamental properties like particles and fields. This theory is still being explored, but it suggests that time might be more complex and nuanced than we previously thought. Ultimately, the nature of time remains a mystery, and scientists and philosophers are still trying to unravel its secrets. As we continue to explore the universe and push the boundaries of our understanding, we may gain new insights into this elusive concept. Is there a limit to how much we can observe and understand about the universe, or are there always more mysteries to uncover? The universe is vast and seemingly endless, filled with wonders and mysteries that we've only just begun to uncover. But is there a limit to how much we can observe and understand about the universe, or are there always more mysteries to uncover? Let's explore the limits of the universe and what they might mean. One limit that we currently face is the cosmic horizon, the distance beyond which we can't observe anything because the light hasn't had enough time to reach us since the beginning of the universe. This means that there may be vast areas of the universe that we will never be able to observe, and therefore, we will never be able to fully understand. Additionally, our understanding of the universe is limited by the technology we have available to us. Our telescopes and other instruments can only observe so much, and there may be phenomena that are beyond our current capabilities to detect and understand. However, there is also the possibility that there are limits to our ability to understand the universe, even with the best technology and scientific knowledge available. For example, some mysteries, such as the nature of dark matter and dark energy, may be beyond our current ability to comprehend. Despite these limits, there is always more to discover and understand about the universe. New technologies and scientific breakthroughs are constantly expanding our understanding and opening up new frontiers of exploration. So, while we may face limits to our understanding, there will always be more mysteries to uncover and more wonders to behold in the vast expanse of the universe.